First, here's Keith with today's Sports Desk.
Yes, thanks again, Kellyanne. Gary Locke admits he is embarrassed to be the focal point of Hearts' League Cup final build-up after John McGlynn led the team to Hampden. Locke has been in caretaker charge since McGlynn lost his job late last month and will lead out his boyhood heroes at the National Stadium in Sunday's final. Andy Chambers looks ahead as Hearts look to do the cup double.
It's not even a year since these euphoric scenes in the capital led by Sergio Scatchel and co. Now Hearts have the chance to add the League Cup to the trophy cabinet for the first time in 50 years. Something one former Hearts player says is distinctly possible despite having no permanent manager in place.
We all know that Gary Locke's a massive Hearts fan, so I think the players will respond to him. I think he will be key in that dressing room just before cup final, just to make them aware of what this means to everybody that's coming along to support them in maroon shirts. So it's a strange scenario, but I think if you're a true professional, you just get your head down, you get on with it and win that cup for Hearts.
It's just 10 months since the victorious Hearts Scottish Cup team began their cup parade here at the City Chambers in front of tens of thousands of jubilant Jambo fans. But if those scenes are to be repeated, it'll be due to the efforts of a very different set of players. Of the 11 that took to the field against Hibs at Hampden last May, only Jamie McDonald, Andy Webster and Darren Barr are likely to start on Sunday.
It'll be a bit harder now, but hopefully the young lads can pull through and do it. I'm sure they will. Yeah, it is a different team, but I think they should have enough to hopefully do the business and bring back the trophy.
For the Gorgie fans too, the added incentive of revenge for what they perceive as a final day capitulation by the Buddies against Celtic way back in 1986, which along with Hearts' shock final day loss to Dundee cost Alex McDonald's side the league.
Any residual needle with the St Mirren fans going back to 86 and all that?
Oh, big time. Yeah. Listen, if they lie down on Sunday the way they did in 86, we'll be more than happy.
I don't think Hearts fans are going to forget what happened in 1986 too quickly, no. As far as the players are concerned, then obviously it's nothing to do with them, they're not going to be concerned with that, but yeah, there's still a bit of resentment there. I don't think anybody would deny that.
Meanwhile, St Mirren could hand Sander Puri his debut, the Estonian midfielder signing today ahead of a huge game for the club and its supporters.
It would be an absolutely fantastic gesture and mean the world to myself, my staff and my directors if we could bring that fantastic piece of silverware home for them.
Andy Chambers, STV News.
Now, one man who knows both clubs inside out is Brian Hamilton. The now retired midfielder spent spells at Hearts and also Hibs, having broken through the ranks at St Mirren. But Hamilton says his Scottish Cup medal he won as a teenager while with the Buddies remains the highlight of his career. I took him back to Hampden to recall his greatest achievement. 26 years have come and gone since Brian Hamilton etched his name in St Mirren folklore at Hampden. A hand in the winning goal as the Buddies lifted their first silverware since 1959. It's a memory he's played over in his mind again and again.
And there's the young St Mirren player, Brian Hamilton.
The ball was played by, I think it was Billy Abercrombie at the time, when he played in the left back area.
Billy Abercrombie.
Played the ball over, I chested the ball forward.
Good bit of control from Hamilton.
Lofted the ball over John Clark's head.
And that's for Ferguson, he's away from Clark, a chance for St Mirren.
For Ian Ferguson to score the goal.
There it is! Ian Ferguson!
So then the celebrations, I think we ran over to the fans over the back there and everybody's...
Thompson on his knees, the celebrations begin. 20 minutes into extra time, Ian Ferguson is the hero for St Mirren.
It's just a little bit further on when Fergie's put the ball in the net. I don't think anybody could believe the whole thing. Obviously a magnificent feeling.
This is Margaret Will.
Would these players go down in history should they win?
Oh, absolutely. The town already is right behind the club. I think they've been waiting for the next generation of heroes to come through.
Hamilton went on to play for Hibs and Hearts, but his teenage achievement remains his crowning glory.
It's probably only later in later years that you realise that doesn't happen every year, and it is something to be savoured.
Hamilton really has a foot in both camps. The 45-year-old was a former teammate of Hearts boss Gary Locke at Tynecastle, before later becoming St Mirren manager Danny Lennon's assistant at Cowdenbeath.
I've got the highest regard for Danny. I think Danny can go far in the game, and I think he's done a tremendous job with St Mirren. Gary is a die-hard Hearts fan, and if anybody can get the passion going with those guys, he'll be able to do it. It's a very, very open final, and you'll never get a better opportunity to win a National Cup final.
Yeah, great to hear there from Brian